Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kid Lee, and we have a new trailer to take a look at today. They finally released the first trailer for Star Wars Rogue One, which is going to be the first of the anthology films. So we're just going to roll through this, sort of frame by frame, and I'm going to give you my thoughts, my feelings, and my general analyses for the trailer. And I went to French for a second, I have no idea why. Anyway, we'll go ahead and roll in here, and we're going to do this without sound so I can sort of talk over this. But we get our first shot inside one of the Rebel bases here. You get to see that classic Rebel soldier outfit with their goofy-looking helmets. There are a lot of thoughts and theories that this might actually be on Yavin, because we know that this film does take place before Episode 4, if I can talk correctly. It's definitely going to be, it's in between 3 and 4, but it's closer to 4 than it is 3. So they definitely have this base established. But we've got, we basically meet our new main character here, who is sort of a rebel or a rogue or a smuggler, perhaps, is a better word. They go over like, oh, here's your list of charges against the Empire, but it's actually the Republic, or not the Republic, the Rebel Alliance that actually has her captured here, and she comes face to face with the Mon of the Motha. And the actress who they actually got to play her is striking, like very, very similar to the one in the original films. And there's actually a shot that's been released, and let me see if we can actually find it here real quick. We'll just do this on the fly here. If I go Star Wars Rogue One, I want to see if I can find this Mon. Oh, there it is right there. Perfect. Thank you, IGN. Can I find this under images first? Here we go. So here's the side-by-side shot. So the left is the new one, the right is the old one. Very, very similar. It's like the one on the right is simply an aged version of this newcomer. So absolutely perfect there. Absolutely perfect. So from here, we'll go ahead and we'll move on a little bit. They're just kind of talking back and forth. It's like, you must do this thing. You must do this thing. Now, to me, this looks very Tatooine-esque. We've got the sand, the architecture. So I have a feeling like they're doing this little fight on Tatooine, and we get to see sort of the skill set of our new hero here. She's using, it's kind of hard to tell if this is a gun or a carbine in these shots, or if it's some kind of a knife she's actually using against these guys. And there's a shot, boom, we'll pause it right here, and we get to see one of the classic Star Wars weapons. This is an E11 blaster rifle, so she's got one of those. And there must be some bombs or something going off as well, because there's a pretty big explosion. Takes out the stormtroopers. There's some citizens there as well, which is pretty cool. And then we're back here on the base. Get the old LucasArts logo. We got a shot of her riding in some kind of a vehicle. Really not enough information there to give us any kind of detail. This shot here is one of the neater shots in the trailer. We have a Star Destroyer coming up, and at first you think, oh, it's just like a Star Destroyer in space, but then what we're about to unveil here must actually be near a sun, and well, it's either a sun or a planet, and there's something going on here with the sunlight actually moving across the Death Star, and it's actually lighting up the Star Destroyer as well. There's some people online who think that perhaps the texturing is not completely done on this Star Destroyer yet. Well, there have been some movie trailers done here recently that have actually been released without the visual effects being 100% done. So some people, like I said, think that the visual effects on this Star Destroyer are actually not done yet. And it does look kind of weird, although it could be just the way that the sun is actually hitting the thing too. So it's kind of interesting, but we get this nice sweeping shot. They're still working on that Death Star. Got to install that dish. Need some good cable television out there. And she's like, I won't fail you. I'll do your mission. So it could be here that the Empire's attacking, and you've got the rebel pilots and troopers heading out into battle. Now we've got first shot here of our bad guy. Some people think that this might be Tarkin. He does kind of have that look a little bit, but I don't know if Tarkin was ever known to wear white. So this is basically another Moth, Grand Moff, perhaps. But he's definitely going to be one of the big bad guys. This is another really cool shot. Again, it seems like they're possibly on Tatooine or Jakku here. You get a classic Stormtrooper with a T-21 rifle, I believe is what that one is. But they've got actually, pardon me, they've got something new here. They actually have like a hover tank, and we actually see up here a new type of trooper, possibly like an actual tank trooper, which is pretty cool. Here we get our first shot at Forrest Whitaker, and I'm actually going to back this up here because there's a lot of, out of the new characters, his character might be the one that everybody's talking about, and the same goes for me as well. It's like I can't see Forrest Whitaker in a Star Wars film. It just doesn't seem right. But okay, let's go ahead and try and figure this out anyway. Nothing is really known about his character at this time, so we only have to go by what he has on for gear. This definitely seems like a lot of armor. Could be a bounty hunter, could be a Mandalorian. So he could be a Mandalorian clansman who's actually helping either the Empire or the Rebel Alliance. It's kind of hard to say. It appears that he might also be some sort of a mentor to our new hero character, which would be pretty interesting. Here we get a good shot at what everybody is thinking is the Shadow Trooper or Dark Troopers that we know that the Empire has, but we've never actually seen them on screen before. So this could be our first look at that character. And then in the background here, if I can actually back up and maybe get a clear shot. Again, we got a moisture evaporator here in the background, but this is actually like rocks and like green grass here. So this shot is probably not on Tatooine. And again, here we go back to let's back up here for a second. We've got another shot which appears like it could be on Tatooine. Again, the same sort of busy streets that we've seen before, the architecture, and we've got 3 rebel pilots which have been captured. Now, here's another really cool scene. This sort of appears to be the battle scene from the other side when it's the Empire that's sort of running into battle. And we've got some classic Stormtroopers mixed in with some new ones. And these appear to be the new sand or beach style troopers that we're actually seeing in that shot. Now, this shot, I got to tell you about this shot here. When I first saw this shot, I immediately thought Terra Kasai, because it's pretty rare in Star Wars that we see this type of fighting, you know, almost the pure martial arts style of combat, which is exactly what we see here with this character. And again, it's sort of that sandy, Tatooine-esque or Jakku-esque landscape, so it does appear that a good portion of the movie is going to be there. But we've got this guy here who's surrounded by Stormtroopers, and then we've got, you know, like his people, and I'm kind of saying that in air quotes, back here, again, possibly captured or something going on. But if we let this play out here, you see he's basically doing these ninja moves on these troopers. And if you have no idea what a Terra Kasai is, they are... I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to say this, but basically a Terra Kasai is sort of a Star Wars ninja warrior, if you want to call that. They were actually employed by the Empire to fight the Jedi. They could actually get in close range to the Jedi and actually go toe-to-toe with a Jedi on a martial arts level, and they were actually sort of the Jedi hunters, if you want to call it that. So generally they were employed by the Empire, but if this guy is indeed a Terra Kasai, it could be that he's flipped sides, or, you know, maybe they attacked his village, and so he's going against them now, or something along those lines. His weapon is also very, very interesting. It appears to be like just a stick, but I don't think it is. I think it's some sort of a metal staff of some description, and it's probably just wrapped, so it looks more woodland-like than what you might think. But he definitely is going to town on these stormtroopers and taking them down. Next shot we have here, again, is sort of these dark or shadow troopers, and they have a new weapon that we've never really seen before, which is pretty cool. And again, we've got some rebels who are blowing up what I think is going to be a troop transport. And again, we have a new type of rebel uniform and a rifle that we've never seen before. It's been described that this movie is indeed going to be a very warlike movie. So lots of trooper-on-trooper battles are going to happen in this film. So here we've got the Grand Moff actually down on the planet at this point, and this is like a really, really cool shot. He's like wading through this water a little bit, and it appears that his forces may have been defeated, and he's actually coming to see the devastation, which is pretty cool. This shot right here is maybe the most mysterious shot in here. We have got the Royal Guard, the Imperial Guard. So this has got to be a Sith Lord. You know, Darth Vader does not dress like this, so you got to think this is Palpatine. And there's been a lot of speculation on exactly what this is in the background here. I think the best explanation that I've seen or have come up with is that this is actually a Culto tank, and so some Sith is going to someone else in this Culto tank, and the weird thing is at the end of the shot, right there, just for a second, he kneels. So we have a Sith, potentially, who is kneeling at whoever is in this tank, who has got to be his master, perhaps. And again, it's like the Royal Guard are guarding the tank. I mean, the Emperor wouldn't be in the tank, you wouldn't think. So, really weird scene here. Really, really weird scene. And it's more Forrest F. Whitaker talking. We've got this guy here who, I don't know who this is. But he's running from the explosions, and he's got like all kinds of weird like armor and gizmos and gadgets on. So, actually, if you were to put a helmet on him, I would almost say that this guy's a bounty hunter too. He's got just sort of that aesthetic of I'm a bounty hunter. And then this is sort of the big final shot. We're still on what appears to be this desert planet, although a lot of people think that this is actually a beach battle. So wherever this is, it's sort of like the whole Normandy thing, and the rebels are storming the beach and the Empire have it, and you can see all of the AT-ATs just in the background, just sort of gunning them down, and then there's almost this tropical beach tree line in the background. One other theory that I actually have here is maybe this is not a beach assault, but this is actually like a desert oasis on Tatooine or Jakku, which explains the water and the tree line. So it's going to be one of the two. It'll be interesting to see exactly which one it is. And then in our final shot here, the main character, the main hero, actually dressed up in a full Imperial uniform, and she has some very odd-looking weapons, almost like stun sticks or something on her back, which is pretty cool and pretty different. But yeah, there you go, the first trailer for Rogue One. It's definitely a good start. It's going to be really interesting to see what the other trailers are able to produce, and yeah, we just have to wait till December. They're basically doing a Star Wars film a year now, so that's going to be very, very exciting. But yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I think that'll go ahead and do it for the video. I did like the trailer. The one thing I will say about the trailer is when they had the first couple 2-3 trailers for The Force Awakens, it's like those trailers blew my mind. This one didn't really blow my mind. It almost opens up more questions than what we get for answers, which is both a good and a bad thing. But yeah, overall, I like the trailer. I just can't wait to finally see this film, because like I said, this is going to be the real wild card film, something a type of movie that we've never really seen before. That's not really centered around the Sith and the Jedi and all that crazy stuff. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. But yep, that will go ahead and do it for this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thank you all so much for watching. And with that being said, everybody keep playing and have fun.